Hello, and a very warm welcome to Team Fortress TV. We have the penultimate matchup between Lowpander and Arctic Foxes to bring to you today, with Gemm on the production, and of course zeFrosty on the caster with me. How are you, zeFrosty?
I'm doing good. I feel like it's a little sense of deja vu today. I feel like this only just happened a few days ago. Me, you casting Arctic Foxes, Lowpander on Gullywash, no less, as the first map, which will be the first map today as well. So I'm happy to be back, and I'm thrilled to see how this will differ from the first match.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure both these teams are working hard, and a few days can make all the difference indeed. But one thing to note is that Arctic Foxes are not playing with Ali today. I do believe they're playing with Eames, an up-and-coming high demo, so that should be good, playing with that still calling style on that demo, so should be a decent replacement, as well as their regular roster with Tiger back on that scout role, so should be fairly solid, but going up against Lowpander with their solid roster is going to be a fair feat.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, these maps... Oh, didn't hear that, but we do also have one other merc, is Celentes, actually, the big man himself from the Swift LAN roster. I think he's played with Raptor quite a bit over the past, and he's playing Roamer today with him, so it'll be quite nice to see him back a return. I don't think he's played ETF2L all this season, so it'll be nice for him to get his one official in per season at least, so hopefully he can come up big. And I know he's not going to be rusty as you might have thought previously, because he's been scrimming regularly, I think, with their up-and-coming LAN roster, and he should be a good replacement, at least for DD, despite the fact that DD is quite a crucial player with all those shovel kills that he normally gets, but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't get much better than Celentes' second place, I-58 champion. He definitely can bring a lot to the table in terms of DM and calling, which is definitely beneficial for Arctic Fox's side. But let's talk a little bit over the maps of Frosty. We have Gullywash, as you said, a bit of a deja vu moment. These two teams faced off against each other in the lower bracket earlier in the playoffs on Gullywash, and then we have, I do believe it's Process, that's Arctic Fox's pick, and then if we do end up on a third map, which is highly likely, I do have to say, it will be Reckoner to close it out. So what do you think of those, Frosty?
Yeah, it's interesting to see these maps coming back. I mean, we saw Gullywash, I'm pretty sure, went in the favour of the Lowpander side, and then Reckoner, this deciding map, was actually good for Arctic Foxes the last time they battled up against each other, so I guess it's really down to the second map. I mean, if history repeats itself and those two maps go the way of the expected teams, then this Process, I'm pretty sure, is going to be the one that's going to stand in their way. And with all the kind of sniper sightlines and stuff like that you can get on that, it might favour Lowpander a little bit in terms of their off-classing ability, but if they want, I'm pretty sure Marosh can just snipe just as well as Mookie or Mr. Epic can, so if they really want to play that game, then they're going to have a lot to answer to.
Yeah, I mean, Marosh last series just absolutely pounding. He's been pounding all season on that sniping role. Probably the best sniper in ETH2L at the moment. Really talented guy, and I think definitely we'll see it on all three of these maps. Actually, all great for sniper. Also great on Gullywash is off-classing, and we know Lowpander love a bit of that, especially on particularly heavy and sniper as well. So these mids have a really short rollout, and you just show up on a heavy. We saw the old French teams doing it back in the day, so definitely welcomes itself and warms itself to that off-classing that Lowpander like to see. So last series on Gullywash, we saw the sniper kind of face off the Marosh versus Mookie, and Mookie actually was pulling it out the bag for his team on mids. I do have to say, I mean, he was hitting quite a lot of shots and hitting crucial shots as well that won his team the mids, Frosty.
Yeah, definitely. He's quite the pinnacle player on these mids. At least the last time we saw them come up against each other, he was the one getting those mid picks, getting the sort of scout picks on the midpoint, and just creating so much room for his team. And it just shows you, like, even on such a small map where you think, roamer bombs would be very effective, like sometimes you can just bomb into the face of the enemy team and then just get completely shut down. So if you've got a long range man doing a consistent 150 damage across the map and taking down these crucial players, then there's not really a whole lot you can do. Like, it's just such a powerful class in the right hands, and Mookie, Mr. Epic, whichever one they decide to run, it's a scary thought going up against them.
Definitely, and we will be going live soon indeed. This is technically the semi-finals of ETF2L. The winner will be going off into the finals to face 7, so I'm sure both these teams do want that slot. Obviously, Arctic Foxes, the reigning second place winners. So they did get second place last season. I'm sure they want to return up on that podium. So we will be going live indefinitely soon, but one thing to note is Eames and Celentes stepping in. Obviously, we have ticked over Celentes a little bit. Definitely a very powerful soldier, but Eames is a high demo, no previous Prem experience, so interesting pickup. But he is definitely a very vocal player, can be very powerful in that role. But replacing Ali, as we saw last week, and replacing Adam Rashek overall is going to be he's going to have to step up indeed. But let's see what is going to happen on this first mid.
Yeah, I definitely want to see how Eames is going on in a Gully Wash. It's a very nice map for Demo Man, so I want to watch him on this rollout, see if he can be effective, lock out those players and choke him. We do see him nailing the rollout so far, getting to Big Door really quick, getting some nice spam onto the enemy players. Not really doing too much quite yet, but we see that both teams just sort of have a bit of a standoff, waiting for each other's aggression. And yeah, going in, he's already died on the sniper class. I think the Arctic Foxes players expected it completely, and Fun's not able to protect him. And yeah, that's Lowpander hightailing it out of there, and Arctic Fox is taking the first mid.
They do take out Feeling, and when your main caller falls, that can be costly for you. Tiger falls as well, and it looks like Celentes barely hightails it out of there, but possibly a repush coming in from Lowpander with their Uber coming up very shortly. And with Tiger and Feeling down, can be definitely a way to enter the site with Uber. Uber's actually coming in, getting some decent damage, but will fall shortly. Actually hits the rocket onto Eames. Lovely shot there, and Hildreth taking down Marosh as a refrag, but Raptor falls completely caught out of position. Just comes in from the back end, Mr. Epic taking him out. Feeling has to walk away. Feeling, actually, one thing to note is that he is on the battalion's backup, possibly mirroring Lowpander's strategy, but that mid just completely flip-flopped. It looked like Arctic Foxes had control, but then 2 free picks cost them, and it looks like full Uber advantage pushing into this last on the side of Lowpander. Yeah,
they had a little bit of a rushed attitude to that one, and then Raptor tried to get out with his life and was not quite able to do it, but we do see Lowpander taking the Uber into this last point right now. The Pyro of Marosh has just really done a good job of denying it, and this heavy Tiger is still up, does get taken down eventually, but the players of Arctic Foxes are falling one by one, and there's just no coordination there, and that is the first round going to Lowpander. That Uber in through Riverside, just as soon as they got position, they were just they dominated that last point.
Yeah, Arctic Foxes really replying to the sniper nicely, but perhaps showing a little bit of uncertainty with their 2 mercs, perhaps looking a little bit shaky and dicey in these team fights, but it'll be interesting to see how they reply. Eames opting for the choke rollout, and Mookie up on the sniper once again.
Yeah, we do see Hildreth getting some good damage, and Smokey is just slowly creeping around trying to see what he can get. No damage so far. He's just being a bit of a useless quantity right now. He's not done a whole lot, and 2 of the players from his team have died because of it. He's now getting 2v1 by scouts in this big door area, and that was, yeah, a bit of a fail from Lowpander right now. They do escape with Vanny and Hildreth, so they should be able to escape onto the second point if they need to, and Hildreth looks like he wants to just set up a trap and see what picks they can get. Not too worried about holding on to this second point for now.
Yeah, they knew. Oh, nice actually kill onto Tiger there. That could cost Arctic Foxes a little bit. Fun's looking to pressure a little bit, but just as I said that, the Uber is going to come out. Hildreth flying high in the sky, but Fun's is going to get caught by Sill on the back lines. His knowledge showing through there. Raining true, but it looks like Soldier is actually going to get onto Raptor. Just missed that shot. Lovely surf from Raptor there. Really in his true fashion. Marosh does fall. There's going to be 2 scouts technically down as Tiger is just only arriving to the fight. Hildreth still looking to output some damage, but this is full Uber advantage for Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, that was really good from Raptor there. He just played in very, very far back position with his pocket, just making sure that he was staying alive and there was no one that could really get onto him. But they are taking this Uber advantage into last right now. They need to focus down the sentry, which they have done. But unfortunately, that's all they've really done with the Uber. They haven't got a whole lot of cap time, and Lowpander pushing it last, but they're not able to stop them getting onto the point. And that is first round going to Arctic Foxes. I didn't think they would be able to cap it up there, but you know, Lowpander not quite paying attention to that point.
I think Lowpander have to change up the mids. They lost 2 mids in a row now, and that's not something you want. Funds is just getting dominated on this low ground, trying to protect the sniper. Mookie actually opting for the sniper, so it looks like that is their core strategy, but they're just looking to play around it. And what will we see?
Yeah, we do see them coming into this third mid. We want to see some aggression from some sort of team, but yeah, Arctic Foxes are actually so far across the point. They do lose Marosh, but they've got a lot of position, and oh no, they were unfortunate. They were not able to use their positional advantage to anything. And once Solentes jumps that big door to try and take down Mookie, he falls, and that's just the team over for the mid over for his team. That's what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, Lowpander look like they don't even care that they've pretty much got an even fight on second tier. They're just walking in for free, and those people capping mid have came in to support them, and Arctic Foxes are going to have to back all the way off to last point.
Yeah, Lowpander really showing their experience, traits, really adapting well, and knowing that their sniper and funds were getting absolutely pounded on the low ground, and just stops Marosh in his track and gets 2 free picks as a result. Marosh actually up on the sniper looking to stun this push, but no picks going to be given away as of yet. And it looks like even Ubers, so we should have a little bit of a standoff. Going to be the battle of the snipers, but who's going to hit the shot first? And it looks like it's going to be Mookie.
Yeah, Mookie just staring at that riverside just does take down Solentes eventually, but he is taking a lot of spam, so not going to be able to do any more aggressive peeking on that side right now. And yeah, it kind of looks like that pick was for nothing, and no one going to sack off that, and they side, but Marosh getting taken down by Mookie, and he's feeling trying to walk into the sideline as well. They clearly have no respect for him, despite the fact he just headshot 2 of their players, but sack does come in from Ubers, not quite able to get off that force. Raptor down to 16 HP, and
wow,
that was nearly a very, very ballsy play from Raptor then.
It wasn't as if Raptor even like hit a nice surf or anything. He just kind of hit his head on the ceiling and just trusted his teammates. That's really good play from him. He knew that if he popped there, that would have been curtains for them. They would have lost another round, and with 24 minutes to go, this is not what you want. So really good hold from Raptor there, known for his movement, known for his plays like that, and really shining through once again. Mookie still up on the sniper as well as Marosh, but Marosh on the defense is actually plays better into his sniper, since you can just kind of pick off anyone who's peeking rather than have to peek yourself if you're on the offensive sniper. So Marosh can just lock down these angles, and we see him in Riverside being backed up by Tiger. Tiger trying to bait someone in. Ubers is going to peek, but Marosh is already out there, and as I say, it's a game of snipers.
Yeah, we did actually see Mookie go back to the soldier class, and he's gone into river now completely unaware as Marosh, and he does get taken down by the soldiers on the side of Lowpander, so that is a pick that they really wanted to get, and Solenta is actually getting bodied by Mookie in this lower area, and he's just doing such a great job distracting, taking the heavy off of that good position, allowing Lowpander to push in right now. They have taken the heavy down, and if they just play the point here, Mookie on the pain train nearly gets it, but yeah, we just do see actually Vanny only just popping his Uber off now, and if they just play this right and slow, yeah, there we go, Mookie does stand at the point there. A great play from Mookie there, just takes down that sniper, distracts that heavy, and then caps the point. Incredible play from him there.
So clean, so calculated from Lowpander. They just knew all their positions to play. They looked really good in terms of focus fire. They knew how to abuse this team with 2 mercs. It made it messy. What a play from them, capping out that point with Mookie on the pain train. But we are going to see a swift reply from Arctic Foxes, with Eames playing aggressively on that top level. Tiger looking to get a bit dicey up on this point. They've taken a lot of position early, but look at Ubers on this low ground taking a lot of early damage, and reload waves do come out for Arctic Foxes, and they're going to get punished. Marosh and Solentes falling. The 2 stars, arguably, on Arctic Foxes do fall, and they're going to hightail it out of there. Yeah,
there was just a bit of a spam trade going on there, and unfortunately the side of Arctic Foxes weren't quite able to pick it off, but we do see Feeling taking down Mookie, and he is getting cleaned up himself, going for a bit of a cheeky play there. But yeah, we do see just the soldiers trading right now, but for that, he's gonna. I think Arctic Foxes are trying to contest the second point, and they are getting a lot of spam. Eames doing a great job of putting a fat amount of damage into that combo, but he does eventually fall for it. I think he got a bit over aggressive there, thinking that he'd done more than he really had. But you just see Uber's trying to get behind, but Solentes just gives him the rocket to the face. And Arctic Foxes look like they're coming out on top of this.
Yeah, the Ubers were relatively successful. They're still actually on the chase. They're initiating a fight in mid. Lovely stuff from Raptor, but could get caught. Nice from him, and very poor health on the side of Lowpander. That Uber caught them completely off guard. It looked like a bad Uber when Eames got dropped, but Uber's got caught behind him. Look at the scouts. They're coming in. They're trying to re-engage onto Raptor. Fun's trying to take a fight, but they're both going to get shut down. Very well done from Arctic Foxes there. And Lowpander can't catch a break on these last few team fights, but 50% Uber advantage on Raptor is going to shut them down even more.
Yeah, that was just a bit unfortunate from there. They kind of just got a bit caught out. They assumed they could just take second for free, and Arctic Foxes were having absolutely none of it. They did get the Eames pick, but it just wasn't enough in the end. The aggression from Arctic Foxes just completely shutting them down, and now Lowpander have been punished for it. They're all the way back on their last. Raptor has an 80% Uber right now against Vanny's 40, and all there is a level 1 sentry to protect him right now, and if Arctic Foxes go fast, they might be able to take this point.
Yeah, Arctic Foxes looking to push in. Mr. Epic has to come up big on the sniper. He needs at least 1 entry frag if they have any hope of defending this point. The sentry should stun them for now, and Raptor and the gang kind of looking fairly passive. They're looking to spam with the sentry, but clever play from Funds, just repositioning that to, so the soldiers can't spam it, but Tiger taking that down, and that should be entry for Arctic Foxes. But look at Vanny, he nearly has Uber, and Feelings dropped. That should be curtains for their push, and look at Uber's here actually looking to get aggressive, and River picks off Tiger. That's Mookie, I apologize, and that is 2 straight picks for Lowpander. They could work off this.
Yeah, that was a bit questionable from there. They kind of waited a little bit too long, and now Mookie was actually taking a fight with Silentes up top. It didn't quite work out, and both the soldiers on Lowpander falling, trying to push out there, but unfortunately, you know, no real way that Arctic Foxes should have stalemated there. They saw the sentry gun, but they got a lot of spam on it, and they could have just easily Ubered in, got a lot of position, and the sentry was pretty much low HP at one point, so could have just got in. But now it does look like they're trying to do some sort of sack here. They do take down Mr. Epic with Marosh Sniper, but Silentes has fallen for it, and they're not really going to be able to do a whole lot with this. I think they're going to just try and work a pick Marosh and River right now and see what they can get off of that.
I mean, sacking into a sentry is kind of questionable, but with Marosh and the sniper, it's not too bad. It allows him a lot of entry to get some sort of pick, and pick we did see onto Mr. Epic, but not enough to push off. And with a round down, you kind of have to make these risky plays in order to get something done, really secure that round. Once it's equalized, then you play safe, but when you're 1 round down, it's really hard to push into a full stronghold like this. So really active plays coming out on the side of Arctic Foxes, and I think it's the Marosh show right now. We need to watch him.
Yeah, I think it definitely is. He gets Vanny. As soon as you say it's the Marosh shows, he instantly gets that pick, and that is definitely the pick that Arctic Foxes wanted for. Yeah, Dolly, big brain there coming out, and Arctic Foxes coming in, using that Uber, take down the sentry gun and Ubers, and now it's Hildreth actually gets a double kill with the sticky trap. But I don't think it's going to be enough. The Arctic Foxes just playing the point, but now it's just Eames and Raptor, and somehow they've not cleaned up this push a lot. Oh my god, both the scouts are going down to such low HP for a Lowpander, but they do defend it eventually, and that was a crazy turn of events. They got in, they got a lot of damage, but I think the 2 picks Hildreth had on the point just saved it for them there.
Yeah, Funds and Mr. Epic just spawning together and cleaning up house. The gruesome twosome there just respawning on that point, clutching it for the team. Now 50% Uber advantage on Vanny despite dropping that last Uber. Mookie does fall and Funds gets refragged, but Feeling and Marosh have fallen. 2-star players down once again on the side of Arctic Foxes, and they want to go off this, especially with the Uber advantage. Possibly going to wait for spawns, but no harm done there, especially with this cap point, going to buy them the faster spawns, and well, we're going to see an impending push here, zeFrosty.
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Ubers is just in instantly. He's just making sure that nobody is going to be there to attack his team, and Silentes looks like he wants to be in a position to bomb right now, and he is. He's going onto Vanny, he gets a nice rocket onto him, and he's going to have to force that Uber, so great plays from Silentes there, and Arctic Foxes are just going to hold this upper area, and Raptor nearly has the Ubers, so if they wanted they could maybe try and contest. Mookie is getting in on the combo right now and does get taken down by Feelings, so if Arctic Foxes want to push, now is their time. They've nearly got Uber, and Lowpander already in big door, ready to get out. Oh, actually, they're going for the back cap.
Oh, they've completely wrapped. They've completely gone for main, and they're overwhelming Silentes on this last point. 4 man against the world. Silentes tries his best, and they're flooding back, but look at that from Lowpander. They just wrap behind. What a brain play from them, just abusing the door that was open. What a play from them, capping out that point. Despite an Uber disadvantage, smart play from them. What an incredible showing from Lowpander, and it's fairly dominant at the moment.
Yeah, there was nobody in lobby there to flag that off to Silentes that they were coming for last, and it just gets caught out. But we do see 3-1 now onto this midpoint. We do see Arctic Foxes again getting a lot of position on this mid, but Eames falls to Mookie, and that is going to be really like catastrophic for them there. But Marosh takes off Hildreth, and this is looking like the turn of events right now. Marosh playing the sniper very well, and Tiger picking up Mookie, so there's not a whole lot the Lowpander can do. They just got both their scouts, and they're just going to run for the hills if they can.
Yeah, they knew with that pick from Morosh that they just had to hightail it out there. They had no position, and with the Demo Man not being able to arc those stickies, you're just caught reloading and there's no damage output there, so they just hightail it out of there, back off. Unfortunately, back on last, no chance to defend this point. They could have probably, but Funds is opting for the Engineer. Very defensive hold here from Lowpander. They're just looking to secure the rounds. They're 2 rounds up. They don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, definitely. This is the classic style that they want to play. Just turtle up on last and see what they can do. But right now, Tiger is in the water area. I'm not sure if he's been spotted, actually. He's kind of just in a good position. But Marosh actually trying to get really aggressive there. Maybe a little bit too far, but yeah, I think he's just trying to distract and see if they can coordinate with Tiger to try and start a back cap or something. But for now, it's just a bit of a jabbing of spam damage, and Marosh being taken down. This is not looking good for them.
Not typical of Morosh to lose sniper duels, but definitely falling there, and I don't think that's going to be entry of any sort, especially with an Engineer. I think it's just buying some time for Lowpander. 15 minutes on the clock, and they're just looking to run down this clock. Indeed, they do have the battalion's backup, so extra defensive capability for them, and should buy some decent defense on the stronghold. Look at the sentry position of Funds. It's actually right next to the medic, so no sack attempts, no suicides coming in onto Vanny, and he is completely safe when Mookie falls.
Yeah, Mookie does get taken down by that sniper, but I think the banner is coming out of Ubers, so maybe he's just... Well, yeah, he does. He peeks very aggressively in that river area. Doesn't force up the Uber like he was wanting to, and Marosh takes down Vanny again. But then Arctic Foxes have Ubered in, so they need to make it work this time. This is the second opportunity they've had, and they're doing it right. They're playing the point to perfection right now, and all the players of Lowpander are just crumbling. And again, Marosh being the key player for his team, taking down Vanny. He's not going to be happy with that.
Talk about giving things away. Lowpander there falling for the same trick twice. Morosh the second time dropping Vanny through those pipes in that position. What a play from him. Absolutely relentless on that sniper. We said he's a talent, but nobody could have expected this.
Yeah, he's doing so well, and he does seem to be up on the sniper again on this midpoint, so we'll see what he can do. He's been the crucial player so far. He does tag Funds, and he's taken down, but Eames falls again to Mookie's sniper, and I don't know who this favours, to be honest. I mean, Lowpander do go very aggressive, but both the soldiers getting picked up there, and Vanny falls to Marosh again, and this is just not looking good for them. They just have had no luck in these sniper v sniper mids. When it's just Mookie sniping, they seem to play it to perfection, but they just cannot counter this Marosh sniper.
Yeah, I mean, Morosh really is a talent. Mookie gets that entry frag on the mid, but speaking of the mid is still unfolding as Salenta's possibly going to fall. Morosh gets that pick onto Funds. No cleanup potential now with Hildreth and Funds dead. And Mr. Epic falls. No scouts on the side of Lowpander, and it's looking dire for them. Mookie is going to fall in these backlines, surely. Trying to tank some damage, buy some time for his spawns, but they've all flooded back. Raptor is up on Uber, and Ubers needs to make a big play.
Yeah, Ubers is just going to have to... It kind of looks like they want to just hold this last point of this. They don't even have a position on second right now to even think about contesting it. And Arctic Fox know this. Feeling is already on last, trying to spam down the sentry gun, and then does get it. But once they've capped up this point... Oh, they've already Ubered in, actually. That's a very questionable play. They haven't got second point, so they do a good job taking down the sentry, cleaning up Mr. Epic as well. But the Lowpander Uber has came out, and now that's just them going to have to back it out completely. But they have engineered themselves a slight advantage, but they don't even care. They're re-pushing instantly. Eames falls, but so does Hildreth, and now it's just a bit of a DM fight. Arctic Foxes have position on the point, and it's just Vanny there to try and contest it. Mr. Epic does eventually spawn, but it's not looking good for them.
Yeah, Raptor just stuck in the sneaky area. Tries to fly off a saw or two, but can't particularly do it. It's just Tiger left. Eat a fat direct from Mookie, and he is going to fall. That is a wipe if you count it as such.
But Feeling is going in. Oh no, he's not going to get it. But I thought he was going to get that last point right there. But yeah, unfortunate for Arctic Foxes there. Just again, they seem to be rushing these last pushes, and it's not working in their favour. If they just waited for them to get second point, maybe they would have been able to get that pick onto Vanny. But yeah, I think maybe they just realised they had a slight over advantage and wanted to get in, but it just was a bit too late.
Yeah, Fun's being baited a little bit there, just trying to secure that cap, but his team did not want to commit. They were locked off of the choke by the sniper and the demo man, but look at Tiger. He's made his way through, but Ubers does spot him. Really good play from Tiger, nearly gets all the way in, possibly finishing off that cap, but no scouts on the side of Arctic Foxes, with Marosh falling off the back of that. Will Lowpander do anything? I don't think they need to with 1 round advantage. I think that they just need to play defensive and know for sure that with 2 picks, Arctic Foxes cannot push. And it is even Ubers, so favours them all the more. Rush up on Sniper once again.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to make the same mistake that Arctic Foxes did to them, letting them come in through this lower area. And unfortunately on this map for them, 2 picks just a lot of the time isn't enough to push out of last. The respawn is very, very close to Big Door, where, you know, a lot of the fighting does actually go down when you're pushing out of last. So not really doing a whole lot there, but it does look like Arctic Foxes are trying to get an aggressive peek with Marosh, and yeah, there's unfortunately he doesn't quite get a sight off, but he does sort of see a little bit of get a little bit of information for his team and maybe try and find out what he wants to do. But Tiger is in this lower area again, so oh no, he's been spotted, so not going to be able to do any crazy back cap plays today.
And look at where Vanny is positioned. He's all the way back at spawn. He's not going to drop again through those pipes. He wants to stay at the safest he can be, but Mookie is certainly not safe. He is splattered on the floor. He's dead. And Tiger falls as a refrag. But speaking of falling, Ubers is going to fall as well. 2 picks on the side of Arctic Foxes. And they could work off this. Eames is hungry. He wants to go. And Marosh, the 3rd drop, the hat trick, takes down Vanny with another drop. He is ungodly.
This is crazy. I don't know how Vanny has just been getting caught off in the worst possible positions, and there's just nothing he seems to be able to do. I mean, he was standing in spawn there for a lot of it, and as soon as he peeks, Marosh just clean takes his head off. I think, you know, term pussy pop is not something you want to be told that you should do, but I think Vanny just needs to pop it off as soon as he gets it, or else it's going to be drops for him.
Yeah, and Marosh actually feeling on fire. He's feeling good and warmed up. He's actually rolling onto mid on the sniper. Very passive play so far, looking for that right side play of Arctic Foxes. Solentez refragging actually onto Mr. Epic, but Frag's going every which way. Vanny is caught off at the choke. Tries to hit the direct onto Funz, but Funz is going to clean him up with the pistol. Tiger looking to take this fight, or at least take an arrow. He is going to get the arrow, and lovely shot from Marosh once again. Tiger's hungry. He wants to push him out of this choke, and possibly successfully with Raptor joining up. And that is going to be an Arctic Fox's mid.
Yeah, I mean, that was looking kind of bad for Arctic Foxes there. They just had the scout and the sniper alive, but Marosh is just unstoppable at the moment. He seems to be getting picks left, right and centre, and there's not a whole lot that Lowpander have been able to do to counter him, and it's really just the big thing that's coming up for them right now. And they do have the banner of Feeling right now, just to maybe try and allow Feeling to get some spam in these choke points and make some room for Marosh. But we do see Solentez, and Mookie and Funz down on the flank, and Marosh doing a great job of getting those headshots again. And yeah, this is just looking like Crumble City for Lowpander right now. They're just not getting anything, and this Uber is just diabolical for them. They're going to have to just run out to last. Tiger is on the chase already, but he is going up against Mr. Epic being healed, so not going to be able to get that Vanny pick. But yeah, Lowpander being pushed back to their last yet again.
Yeah, with Hildreth on the 22nd spawn, he is looking dire for Lowpander. Funz falling once again, and Mookie, they just can't catch a break. Uber's taking down that frag, and it looks like Mr. Epic trying to get in Raptor's face does, certainly, but Solentez pulling out for his team. Double kill on the point, and Solentez just giving way for Marosh to snipe on the flank. 2 easy frags, and they just roll it forward. 4-3. Looked so good for Lowpander early in this game, but they're just getting pounded. Marosh is on fire right now. 7 minutes, still back, still could get back in the game on the side of Lowpander, but they gotta be feeling a bit hurt after that.
Yeah, they were up 3-1, and now it's been just a quick turn of events to this 4-3 area. And actually, Hildreth is doing a good job. Locked them out of choke for quite a while there. Mookie taking down Feeling, and the position was really good for Lowpander, but their health is just not looking good at all. And they do get a few players cleaned up, but yeah, Vanny is just playing so scared right now. He's like not even committing to that, and unfortunately Mookie does fall because of it. Tiger actually going for the 1v1 on the back lines, but yeah, again, I think just the heals are being tanked in the choke area, and Arctic Foxes are able to clean up damage elsewhere. And there's just not a whole lot they can do. Just
but look at
fear of Marosh.
Funz just climbs up that point and takes down Raptor. Sorry, that's Mr. Epic actually, but Funz is going to join him. What a play from Mr. Epic there, just coming around the back and 2-shotting Raptor. That is amazing play from him with the help from Vanny. And now, speaking of Vanny, full Uber advantage on him, and they're looking to roll this forward. This could be the comeback.
Yeah, I was babbling on about absolute shite there, and I didn't realise that Mr. Epic was on that midpoint. A great play from him there. That's got to be the counter tilt for Lowpander, getting them back in the game. But unfortunately, Hildreth and Uber is just overextending far too much, and that medic picks is just going to come out for nothing. And we do see actually Marosh getting a bit aggressive on this big door area. Does get a sightline, but he's getting chip shot down, and Vanny just having absolutely none of it. Pops off his Uber, but unfortunately Mr. Epic has died, and yeah, this is just a catastrophic Uber right now. And Feeling is chasing him in the big door area, but unfortunately not able to get anything off of that.
Vanny actually kills Feeling there. Feeling actually killed himself, but lovely dodges from Vanny. Vanny feeling a bit passive overall in this game, possibly getting caught off. But speaking of getting caught off, Hildreth is going to fall very promptly. And look at Silentes, hungry for the frag. Catches off Vanny in that position. Completely out of position was Vanny, just arrowing the back lines. Frag's being traded every which way. Tiger is going to fall as well. So Lowpander looking strong on the repush. Ubers actually falls to a clumsy, painful death. Not good for him, not something you usually see. He's going to eat some directs on the top, but very messy fights overall. And Lowpander just winning it most of the time, but the scoreboard says different.
Yeah, I mean, Lowpander, the scouts there were trying to cap off the point, but Feeling doing a good job of spamming them out there. And Mr. Epic actually dies, just Feeling throwing rockets out there, and now he's going to bomb this upper area Silentes is, and Feeling follows him behind, and unfortunately they're not able to get any picks off of that, but they do get a lot of damage onto the Lowpander team, and they're just going to have to back out, and Funds is even caught in as well.
Yeah, definitely Funds should swiftly die here, and it just seemed like Lowpander have a bit of feeding issues. They're not coordinated, especially their flank players. It seems like a Scout is dying here and there, Mookie's dying here and there, but look at Feeling. He's moving through this lower area. He wants a counter sack, but he knows he has the Uber disadvantage. Tries to peek for some info, but swiftly jumps back up through that drop down. Just tries to peek for some information, but can't get anything. I wonder if Vanny knows that he has a slight Uber advantage, possibly something to work with how far forward Raptor is holding. But with that sniper, you never want to be pushing into that, with Marosh scoping in on the other end.
Yeah, Marosh is also playing very, very far back. He's able to switch from choke to big door at a moment's notice, and he's just being played around so well by the rest of the Arctic Foxes players right now. They're just allowing him all the space that he needs to snipe. And we do actually see the soldier coming in, trying to go for that Shadowburn bomb, but not quite able to do it. Raptor just making sure that he's in a good position to not get caught out by that at all. And yeah, it kind of looks like Arctic Foxes want to try and make something work off of that.
Yeah, there's no bombing Raptor on your own with no follow-up. There's no way that's going to be successful. Typically when you get a pick on Gully Wash, you move forward with your sniper, and that's exactly what we're seeing, but Uber's promptly picking that up, expects it indefinitely, and Feeling is going to fall as well. This is looking dire for Arctic Foxes, and this could be the entry that Lowpander need. They're rotating to choke with their heals, actually. Just as I say that, they are moving through this big door. At a moment's notice, very fast play from them. Eames is going to get caught, and Raptor wants to run. He's playing that high ground, but look at that shut down from Eames and Tiger. Silentes chiming in as well, and the Uber is going to get forced in a dire place. Mookie tries to come in on the spy, but gets quickly shut down and completely and utterly destroyed on that big door area is Lowpander, and it's not looking good for them with 3 minutes left.
I mean, again, it seems like a lot of times Hildreth and Ubers are just falling in positions that you really don't think they should. Maybe there's some sort of a sync-up issue with Vanny that they're just not quite used to playing him. But yeah, Arctic Foxes they don't care that they've got the round advantage. They're getting really aggressive in this big door area. And Silente is jumping up top, trying to take a 1v1, and does win it with Ubers falling there. And now Arctic Foxes have 2 players up top and might be able to sandwich the Lowpander players. They're just getting pounded with spam right now, and Vanny has got to be thinking, we need to get to last right now. But yeah, Tiger takes down Funds, not quite able to escape with his life, and with Hildreth falling, yeah, Arctic Fox is definitely going to take this second point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, very aggressive players on the Arctic Fox's side, and that is shining definitely right now. Silentes hungry on this river side, looking to take a fight with Mookie. Acti's going to get in for absolute free with Raptor following up. It's just going to be a sack attempt, and Vanny actually falls. What a lovely bomb from Silentes. Takes 2 with him, and instant Uber replying, and this could be curtains.
Yeah, this is looking very bad for the Lowpander team right now. Only a minute and 40 seconds left. It has been done before. It's not GG yet. They could be going to Golden Cap, but you know, with the way that Sil and Feeling have been playing, they've been doing great bombs, and they've just been allowing all this space to be created for Marosh. And when he's not missing shots, then you don't even really need to be that effective as soldier, but despite the fact they really are, and it's just Arctic Foxes are looking really, really strong right now.
Yeah, I would say it's garbage time now. 1 minute and 13 on the clock. Nothing more that you can do with funds and Ubers going down. This is absolute curtains. Arctic Foxes have won 5-3 after such a dominant performance from Lowpander at the beginning. Marosh and Feeling and Solentes turning up. All three of those players having an ungodly performance there. Just brings it back for them, and they've beaten Lowpander on their map. And now we're heading over to Process, which isn't a particularly good map for Lowpander, so looking strong on Arctic Fox's side, and they've got to be breathing a sigh of relief, zeFrosty.
Yeah, definitely. This was the map for Lowpander to win. Like, they just were so strong in the last time that they came up against each other, and now the tables have turned. Arctic Foxes just completely turned it around. Their aggression has just been unstoppable, and they're not even holding back. They want to make this a 6-3 right now. They're pushing into this last point. God, it's just such a dominant map from them so far, and I don't know, maybe it's maybe the new Mercs, you would have thought it would have been bad for them having two players that they weren't used to playing with, but Eames and Solentes coming up big.
Yeah, definitely, especially Solentes. I mean, Eames is just typically he fills that role quite well because like players like well, not so much Ali, but Adam Rashek is just kind of the facilitator of like Feeling and DD to really make plays, and I think Eames fits that playstyle fairly well. He's a pretty good role player and can definitely fit into that role well. You know, especially coming up from high. If you don't need to make the plays and you don't need to be an all-star demo, you can just kind of play back and play your role. And I think he felt quite comfortable in that match, definitely. And to beat Lowpander is definitely a feat. He should be feeling good about himself, but Solentes absolutely pounding. And let's look over some logs with Frosty.
Yes, we definitely should. We see there that Merc Solentes just crushing house. I mean, you would have thought a roamer, not. I suppose Gullywash is pretty good roamer map, but to be fair, Solentes just coming up big, top damaging for his team. Not quite able to match Ubers, who, you know, just he always seems to crush. He's such a good, consistent player, and one of the people everyone seems to be raving about on the side of Lowpander. He is incredible at pocket, but Solentes giving him a run for his money, you know, getting a lot of frags for his team and not even dying too often for it. I mean, we did see on the side of Lowpander Mookie a bit of the opposite story where it kind of seemed like he did get a lot of picks, but he did die a lot. And when you've got one player that's pretty much in the spawn queue for half the game, it's never going to work out well for you.
Yeah, I mean, Solentes, I think once you played the game for a certain amount of time, you just know the timings like the back of your hand, and we definitely saw that there. Solentes sort of always flying in when there was a hole in the defense or when they were distracted, and that's typically what you want from Maroma, and he just performed that to absolute T. And Fun's not having the greatest game. Marosh absolutely on fire, and Hildreth not known for, you know, putting up big stats every game, but he's that sort of role player demo, the one who can be a really solid rock and, you know, kind of set up the plays for everyone else. So I think that's not too unexpected of him. Tiger having a decent game, and Marosh just looking on the fire, as well as Solentes as well. So 2-star players really stepping up for Lowpander, and to beat them on their map, I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, I think one thing that really can't be ignored on that map was Vanny. I mean, you don't want to really criticize medics for dropping too often, but I mean, sometimes they just get caught out, but when you die 3 times to a sniper on last point, it's never going to work well for your team. They were doing a great job of, I think they were, 3-1 up at one point, and then he started dropping a few Ubers, and I think they maybe got a little bit angry at him, and it just went spiraling down from there. And Arctic Fox is just playing that to perfection, just making sure that they can play that aggressive style of TF2 that they're kind of known for, just going for a lot of aggressive soldier bombs and letting their scouts clean up house afterwards, and that was definitely the story of that map. Just Marosh and Tiger going crazy. And
that was Gullywash. I mean, Gullywash is a decent sniper map, especially on mid, but there's only limited sightlines, and if you think we're going over to Process next, if Marosh is feeling warmed up on sniper, he is going to be an absolute terror to deal with, especially not on your map, not a map where you can off-class typically, not a map where you can use the banners, which we've seen Lowpander use in the future. Didn't use it that game, but definitely not too great on Process either, as you need that mobility. So if Marosh is on fire, he could be one to watch, and he could be honestly the one solidifying this game on Process. I'm gonna throw my prediction out there already and say that Arctic Foxes are gonna take this 3-2 on Process.
Ooh, bold prediction, and just for the sake of argument, and I want to see this go to a third map. I want to see as long as possible. We do like those long games just to see as much action as possible. I want to see all the crazy air shots and all that kind of jazz. So I'm going to predict Lowpander to take it. Should I be bold? Yeah, let's go for it. We're going to take them 4-1. Let's go for it. Yeah, it's never going to happen, but I'm hoping for it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
I mean, Mookie. One thing to know is that Mookie ran sniper to mid every single time, and he always got picks. It's not as if he was just doing it for the sake of it. He always got picks, so they obviously saw potential in that. And Mookie, Hildreth has mentioned in the past that whatever Mookie feels that day, he will typically play. So if he's feeling the sniper, then you got to go for it, but you got to play around that. And it just seems like they're getting outclassed in other areas, like they're getting a lot of damage. Tiger is making a lot of entry. We saw on the first few mids of Gully Wash where Mookie got a few shots off, but then they just replied. They ran into funds, and Mookie on that low ground in Big Door and just shut them down, and there's 2 free picks. So they have to play around this sniper better if that's what they're opting for. And Process is going to be a hard map for them, especially when you're faced against Feeling and Celentes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so many options to bomb on this mid where if your sniper is not being effective, it's just not going to work for you. There's big crates sort of limit your sniping ability to mids. Like you can snipe the people up top and control high ground, I guess, but if both the soldiers just do the crazy bombs that Arctic Foxes are known for doing, and just getting that deep aggression instantly, then Mookie is going to have a really, really hard time being effective. And I think if he really wants to win this map and his team want to win, then I think running a soldier of Mookie would probably be the ideal response, because I don't think the sniper is really working for them right now.
I think Lowpander have to be disappointed. I mean, whenever you came back at any division, I mean, it's heartbreaking, really. It really is disheartening, especially on your map as well that you practice and you feel good on, and when you're just getting absolutely dominated by snipers and roamers and flankers, it's so disheartening. And when it's messy like that, it's really hard to pinpoint what's going on and what you can change. So all these factors, you got to think that. This could take a toll on Lowpander, and typically they have vocal players on their team and that they can sort it out. But going into a new map that you're not comfortable on after getting came back, it's going to be a tough one for them. But we are rolling out to this first mid.
Yep, this is the second map of the lower bracket finals, Lowpander versus Arctic Foxes. If you're just joining us, hope you enjoy the map that's coming up on this mid. I think I'm going to watch Hildreth. I think he's going to be the one that's going to have to shut down these scouts, so we'll see what he can do. But right off the bat, we see him taking a load of damage. He was getting a nice sticky onto him, but luckily Vanny hitting a nice rocket on, nice arrow onto him there. But Celentes is just going so deep and gets onto Vanny instantly, takes him down. So no heals on the side of Lowpander, but loads of players have dropped on the side of Arctic Foxes as well. Despite the fact that he gets that nice bomb onto Vanny, the rest of his team just completely ineffective. And yeah, it's showing you that when your best player is the Merc on the first mid, it's got to be a bit disheartening. But yep, the Vanny pick did come out, so they're not going to be quite able to roll this quite to last. But,
yeah, Celentes still behind there, getting picked off, and that's a 20-second spawn on him. However, Celentes did get a massive frag. He sensed that it was going wrong, just does a gorgeous bomb onto Vanny, takes him down in very, very short amount of time, and that was the honest saving grace. I mean, Lowpander would already be pushing into last right now if Vanny didn't die. They're probably going to get the second with Mookie on the sniper making a lot of space, and you see Arctic Foxes kind of hightailing it out there. So 3 seconds for Lowpander, but definitely not entry into last.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to try and maybe work something here, and actually we do see Marosh up on the sniper, so he's going to be the one to watch for me. I mean, he's been shutting down Mookie every time. Doesn't quite hit that shot there, but Mookie does take down Feeling in response. He's just taunting him a little bit there, but Marosh getting a nice angle onto the lobby area, trying to see what kind of pick he can go for, but not quite able to find anything. And Lowpander are actually looking like they want to shape up for this right hand side push, or maybe they're just making space for their sniper. Yeah, with the sentry gun going down, they should try and peek Mookie a little bit more aggressively, and that looks exactly like what they're trying to do.
Yeah, definitely, and a look at that, wins the duel of snipers, absolutely outclassing Marosh there on that sniper, and this is free entry with the sentry down and the sniper down. It's free entry for them to Uber in on this right side. Arctic Fox is looking to reply with their own Uber, but with 2 players down, it's looking hard for them. Mr. Epic is going to fall, but the point is completely open. And look at that, Solentes and Tiger just combining together. Tiger absolutely on a roll right now, destroying them and looking to chase even further. Tiger, what a play from him, absolutely collapsing. That's a 5k in very quick succession. Tiger, what a beast.
Yeah, you gotta really criticize Solentes there. You know, he took that 1 kill and ruined the 6k for Tiger, but yeah, he just popped up 2 A players into the air, double shot them, just brought them down so low HP, and that after Uber fight for Lowpander was just catastrophic, and now they're probably going to have to give up mid from this. We do see both the scouts getting really aggressive. Raptor actually getting a frag onto Hildreth, just following up on his scout's damage, and just damage going left, right and centre, but we just see Mookie trying to get onto Raptor right now, taking a long time to clean him up, and Funds is able to use that distraction and take down that medic pick, but Eames doing a good job of cleaning up those players.
That is crucial. I mean, they didn't get any cap time on mid, which is costly. If they had capped that mid point, they could roll to second and then roll to last off the back of that wipe. But it's just, Funds knows that timing and that he can come in and die for that medic pick, and it just saves them. It saves them. They will get mid, but unfortunately, they will be able to reply. So on the side of Arctic Foxes, it didn't look good there, and Raptor just looking up into the sky onto Ubers, and Funds is allowed to clean him up. Eames does have a few sticky traps lane, but it looks like Lowpander want to get aggressive. Yeah,
they're coming in aggressive right now, but Hildreth falling to the Marosh sniper has just completely cancelled that push. And yeah, Mookie going pretty low down in the PC area, not quite getting followed up right now, but that's flagged the push for Arctic Foxes. They take down Ubers, they take down Mookie, and now this is looking absolutely awful for them right now. Vanny not even got that Uber to try and save any of them, so they're going to have to run back as quick as they can. Mr. Epic might get caught out as well, and it's just Vanny on this last point with Hildreth, and if he's not careful he could get picked off, but yeah, he has hightailed it right into that spawn area, just getting that Uber in time. And with Arctic Foxes, they've got so much room in this last point right now. They just need to start the cap, and yeah, Vanny doing a good job getting on that point, just making sure that they can't get too much cap time. But this is looking really bad and really scrappy for Lowpander. They need to make something work right now. With Feeling and Tiger falling there, yeah, they do get collapsed on eventually, and Raptor only 20 HP, but he does manage to back out of this PC area.
Yeah, nice pipe onto Eames, but speaking of Eames, he's going to fall very swiftly. Nice pipe of the late Eames, but he's going to fall, and Solentes looking to spam with Raptor from that PC, but should just highly tail it out of there. No demo, no primary source of damage there to lock off those chokes, and they're just looking to regroup here with Eames on that fast spawn. Could be held, and Lowpander know that, but they're looking to move just as a dry push. Funds looking to get a bit twitchy here. Solentes locking down that PC, but I think we're just going to see a stalemate here.
Yeah, it looks like they're content to just hold this midpoint right now, but not a whole lot happening. We do see Mookie actually getting a little bit aggressive. He's trying to get some spam off in that PC area. Just, yeah, they're playing very, very passive right now. Both of these teams do not want to mess up whatsoever. And yeah, they must be just taking a breather. It's been pretty crazy back and forth. Frags going left, right and centre, but yeah, they must be wanting to just chill out for a little bit, try and collect their thoughts. But Arctic Foxes are just tanking lots of resources into this choke point right now, just making sure they can take down all the stickies and trying to get Tiger and Feeling to peek at any opportunity that they can. And unfortunately they haven't been able to find an opening right yet, but Mr. Epic nearly gives it to one of them actually. He does get a bit aggressive there, nearly getting himself caught out, but unfortunately nothing going the way of Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, Mookie is actually up on the spire. I do believe he's completely out. I do think so. Just trying to find him at the moment, but yeah, Mookie actually is all the way out on spy, getting all that information. He's going to uncloak, walking into that PC. He's actually going to go for the Eames go and secure that very quickly, and going to uncloak. Does fall to Marosh, but Demoman pick you take any day of the week, and that is going to possibly make entry for a trade. Mookie with the 20-second spawn, but with Demoman down, that could be hurtful for Arctic Foxes, who was trying to lock down this choke, but trying to get aggressive. I'm surprised that they didn't push off that, but the spy was unsuccessful in that regard. And they're just pushing Arctic Foxes back, looking for some entry, and they have made way into the choke, but a reply from Feeling with that shotgun is just going to shut Ubers out, and no push for Lowpander.
Yeah, Ubers was very, very low as well. I think he was down to something like 20 HP, but not quite able to do anything there. Tiger getting a little bit impatient, does fall to Funds in that flank area, and maybe Lowpander will try and make something out of that. We do see actually Solentes getting pretty aggressive in that PC area. If someone was there, he could have easily caught him out, but yeah, I think it's just a bit of a battle of spam at the moment again. We do see Ubers and Hildreth trying to see what they can do in this choke area, but Eames has just got the stickies up, making sure that they cannot get in whatsoever. But actually, we do see Mookie back on that spy again, and he's slowly but surely creeping his way into this middle point.
I think Tiger might have just checked. I mean, he was off-classing quite a bit, so I presume he checked, and they do know there is a spy. Yeah, you can see Eames calling for spy there, so they definitely know that there is a spy. I'm sure of it, and look at that, they're checking, they're shooting Tiger. They think he's a spy, but Tiger actually up on the sniper knows that he can lock down the choke and stop any distraction for that spy to make its way in. And with a spy on the side of Lowpander, that's technically one down if he isn't doing anything. If he's just cloaked in a corner, he hasn't got the damage, and lovely shot from Tiger to make way, and that with a spy and the one pick, that could hurt Lowpander indefinitely.
Yeah, and we do see Feeling bombing through that choke, but Ubers is actually countering on top of him, and we're not quite able to do that. They do force off the Uber from Vanny actually, so not quite sure how they did that. Mookie does fall as well, that spy completely ineffective, and Arctic Fox is looking in a really good position right now, that full Uber advantage. They're just going to want to take this in, and Uber's trying to be a bit sneaky, he does get caught out in that sewers area, and now Arctic Fox is just walking with ease, not even going to have to take off that Uber advantage that they have, and with Tiger up on Sniper they can maybe try and work a pick and then use this Uber into last.
Yeah, I mean, that sentry is going to get destroyed instantly, and Vanny falling no heals to defend this point on the side of Lowpander is looking absolutely dire. Tiger is going absolutely nuts right now, hitting every single shot. He's an impeccable sniper, and Arctic Fox is just demonstrating their talent. Silencious with the distraction just rolls it forward. Vanny with the very strange force of that choke can't make anything work with that Uber, and that full Uber advantage with the sniper. Everyone's hitting their shot, everyone's on fire, and that Uber proves successful. Only 1-0 though after 10 minutes, and it's looking like Lowpander want to reply with their sniper of their own, and we will see what unfolds of Frosty.
Yeah, no sniper on the side of Arctic Foxes on this mid, so Mr. Mookie is going to have as much room to snipe as he wants, and he's coming actually up in this PC area. Just a lot of spam getting traded. Solenta's going for a big bomb and takes a nice shot onto Funds, just completely crushing him. He does get cleaned up eventually, but he's created so much room for Arctic Foxes, and Marosh is going to pick off Mookie, and Lowpander are going to have to back off there. Such a nice bomb from Solentes, and yeah, it was a great bomb from him there. Or actually, was it Feeling? I'm not sure.
No, it was Solentes. It was a nut shot. Solentes is even more hungry. He wants to go in, and Marosh and Tiger just holding hands, running around the map, just taking down everyone. Really good initiation together, regrouping there and just pounding through that choke. Their Arctic Foxes are looking on fire, and you have to. The question is raised: are Lowpander choking and crumbling a little bit? I mean, you can't really help if you get air shot, but you can help if you don't defend the point. And Uber's looking to bomb, just trying to make anything work, but Marosh is just unstoppable at the moment. They aren't playing the point, however, just possibly regrouping and rehealing, and yeah, Tiger's going to get on the point, and that is going to be 2 fairly quick rounds on the side of Arctic Foxes. They are looking dominant, I do have to say.
Yeah, that was absolute destruction on second point as well. It was looking kind of okay for Lowpander. They did have to get out after they didn't really get a whole lot on that midpoint, and then once Lowpander backed it off, Arctic Foxes realised that they were not really in a position to defend themselves, got on aggressive on them in 3 picks and rolled that onto last, so great play from them there, and we're going to see if they can maybe do it again. We do see Mookie up on that sniper, and if he's not hitting shots, it's not going to be effective for them.
Yeah, he's actually in this PC area, so doesn't get early info, and he is going to get shut down by Tiger. Tiger's so aggressive, just reading that play like a book, and he actually survives. Ubers is just not going to take that fight. Scout is going to win that any day of the week, so he just backs off. Speaking of Ubers, flying high in the sky, going to try and get onto Eames, but Eames falls out very smartly, and it's just disastrous for Lowpander. But look at Mr. Epic, he's going to try and make a play. Oh, that's Funds actually, I always get those two confused, but can't get anything done, and Raptor surviving once again. Vanny did survive, that is a saving grace for them, but they're going to be locked on their last with their backs against the wall, and that is not where you want to be when you're 2 down. Yeah,
that was very lucky from Vanny actually to live that fight. Tiger was actually in the choke area, but didn't decide to commit for that frag, and he's actually already deep into this last point, trying to get onto Mookie if he can, but Mookie getting saved by the Uber, and Raptor is nowhere to be seen. The Solentes does die, but with his full Uber advantage, if nobody can get anything, then oh my god, he gets a drop onto Raptor. Great play from him there, just making sure that his team can actually make something work out of that. And now all the players on Arctic Foxes are just really not in this fight whatsoever, and that second point's going to go to Lowpander, and off the back of that great play from Funds.
Yeah, Tiger making a bit of room behind, buying some time to get his spawns, and this will allow Arctic Foxes to hold at the choke fairly successfully. They have got a decent amount of room, and Tiger is still behind. Should be... Oh, and he actually wins the 1v1 with Funds on the spawn. That is crazy play from him. The Tiger's hyper-aggressive style is really paying off. Funds should spawn in 15 seconds, but that is enough time for Arctic Foxes to work with. But a lovely bomb from Mookie takes down Eames, and it's just crumbling despite the picks.
Yeah, looking terrible. Oh my god, everyone's dying on the side of Lowpander right now. Vanny, Ubers, and Mr. Epic all falling simultaneously. And it's just Hildreth and Funds up for this last point. And Mookie dies as well. 12 second spawns on the side of Lowpander right now, and Arctic Foxes need to be fast and get in as soon as they can, or else these spawners are going to come in. But yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to be quite quick enough. Funds up on that heavy right now, doesn't even get cleaned up. We just see Solenta's actually pistoling down Hildreth, and he's trying to be a bit of a pistol whip gunman right now. He's just slowly chipping Funds away, but does eventually get cleaned up, and Arctic Fox is not quite able to make that play work.
Feeling was an absolute beast on that. He comes behind, takes down 2 players, 2 crucial targets, and then hits a colossal air shot. But Eames just gonna possibly die here. Ubers does fall, but Mookie is gonna get traded back. Feeling can't make it work this time, and they're looking to move forward. That last push was fairly disastrous, but Raptor up on another Uber, but they are met with Vanny's Uber, and possibly a heavy again. Looks like Funds is just opting to hold his ground, not to switch to that heavy roll, but with 2 soldiers down, it looks like Arctic Foxes are getting aggressive.
Yeah, they came in instantly with that Uber. Eames going down to very low amounts of HP, so they're just going to have to back it up there and try not bleed any players. But yeah, Lowpander do really need to make something happen. They're 2 rounds down, and this is not the position you want to be when you're a map down already in a best of 3 series. They need to make something work, and unfortunately they haven't really found their feng shui, no way of getting out of this bit of a slump that they found themselves in.
This is so comfortable right now for Arctic Foxes. They're 2 rounds up, and they have complete lockdown of all these entrances. There's no way, unless someone makes a play on Lowpander's side, that they are pushing out. And this is completely what you want. You want to run down that clock. You want to get those minutes ticking. And it just buys you so much time. It puts the pressure on for Lowpander, and it just stops them pushing out completely and getting any rounds off you. So they're playing it safe here, understandably, but they are met with a Mr. Epic sniper, and it's all on his shoulders to make a play at this current time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Solentes does get a little bit aggressive from that rollout area, maybe being a bit too aggressive, but it doesn't really matter too much. Eames actually putting a very, very forward sticky trap in this one area, and with Mookie checking it, oh, he does actually see it eventually, but not going to be able to do a whole lot. He just kind of scatters the stickies into a harder place for him to get back out. And unfortunately, actually, I didn't watch there, but Hildreth has been taken down, and so is Ubers, but frags are being traded back and forth too on the side of both teams, and it kind of looks like Tiger wants to follow suit as well. Mookie does kind of stop him from committing there, but yeah, we just see Solentes actually getting a bit of spam trading in this rollout area, but not able to do anything today, and unfortunately for both teams this is just going to be back to the same position despite the 2 frags they both got.
Yeah, when frags are traded like that, it's really easy to push if you're on the offensive side, because you know you have the better spawns and it's going to favour you ultimately if the fight draws out, so you always have that support and the cavalry arrive faster. So I think Tiger possibly wanted to push off that, but they're going to opt to play safe. I think that's the wiser decision. Mr. Epic still up on that sniper, and they're met with a Mirage sniper, and technically, although Lowpander are on the defense, they have to push out, so Arctic Foxes are actually on the defense, and that defensive sniper always favours them. Tiger falls, but Mirage is ready and waiting with that scope.
Yep, I'm not sure what happened there, but we do see Mr. Epic actually up on the sniper as well, so it's going to be a bit of a duel from both of these players right now. We're going to see what kind of picks they can actually get. Unfortunately, nothing really coming out. They're both playing super passive. We do see Marosh only on the second point, really, not quite able to find any sightlings onto the Lowpander players, and yeah, we can see they're just so content to hold the second point. Our Arctic Foxes, not a whole lot really Lowpander can do. They're just playing in a position where they're able to get lots of spam onto them, and it's pretty difficult for Lowpander to push out this last point as well. I mean, pushing out of last is never something you want to do, and if the enemy team has a sniper, they're able to control so much room, and Marosh is doing a great job of that, just playing in a position where He's putting the fear into Lowpander and making sure that they do not want to exit this last point whatsoever. But we do see quite an aggressive peak coming in from the rollout area. And we did see Uber's nearly going down, but unfortunately for Arctic Fox, he's not quite able to take it out from him.
We do see one banner up on the side of Uber, so a really defensive use of that could help them if they try to trade and perhaps use it after the Uber or even to enter. Salentis is looking for a sack, but Hildreth gets overwhelmed in the lobby area. Tiger's looking hungry on the right hand side, and with that demo pick it allows you to play the point and not get spammed at those chokes too easily, and that is going to pave the way for Mirage to peek this right hand side, looking to shot on Mookie, but can't quite get it. But with Hildreth down, it just buys them so much time, so entering that site perfectly. And Un's catching a pipe, possibly could go down, but they're just looking to back off that one pick. And look at this, such controlled play from Arctic Foxes. We've seen it in the last game. They just know when to back out, they know when to stay safe and play it past. And when they get that pick, they use it to enter, possibly secure another round. Mr. Epic has his door open for him, looking to get a pick, but can't quite get it.
Yeah, and we do actually see Salentis is up on the Spy class, so maybe he'll be able to get some sort of pick. We do see Marosh being pretty aggressive. Tiger actually falls, so that's very unfortunate there. He just walked into two players on the same team and caught all the spam that was going their way and not able to be effective on that Spy class. And now Lowpander are looking to push out on that. Uber's is launched high in the sky. He's down on such low amounts of HP and gets taken down by Feeling as well. Not even able to get that sniper frag, but yeah, Arctic Foxes are just playing very passive and just waiting for the Lowpander players to feed into them, and Mookie is looking in a very bad spot. He does manage to get out, but yeah, another failed push from Lowpander, getting out of that last point, not quite able to work off the two picks that they got. And Tiger trying to get a bit aggressive. Oh my god, nice shot from Marosh actually, taking down Mookie, but ultimately I don't think it's going to be for much. He does ring off another headshot, so oh my god, Arctic Foxes are pushing off this.
Yeah, they take down Hildreth, and that's a 20-second spawn on both Mookie and Hildreth. They know that they can work off this, and Salentas is hungry. Takes down Mr. Epic. That's 3 entry frags that they can work with. And look at them, they're just playing together all on this right-hand side. And the Uber does come off for Arctic Foxes, but spawns are not on the way just yet. They're trying to get a bit aggressive with it, but Salentas is all the way behind. And Eames just pounding them here, but it looks like Raptor does fall in the back line somewhere, and with the Eames, so this could be entry. This is something that Lowpander do need to push out, and they finally got it to Frosty.
Yeah, they finally, after wiping pretty much the entire enemy team, they do eventually get a successful last push, but they weren't able to quite pick off Marosh, so he's set up very comfortably on this midpoint, just staring at Choke. I'm not sure if, yeah, I think the scout did see him, so, oh, they blow off that banner. Very smart play from Mr. Ubers there. So no headshots going to be ringing out on the side of Arctic Foxes there, so Lowpander do take this midpoint basically for free, not having to use any Uber. And unfortunately, actually, Hildreth has fallen, Mr. Epic as well, so this is looking pretty bad for them. Mookie on very low amounts of HP, and Arctic Foxes just doing the thing that they do best and getting very aggressive. Tiger taking down Ubers, and Mookie is on a very low amount of HP again, and just going to probably get caught out on this choke area. There's a lot of Arctic Foxes players fighting him, but he did get a nice few rockets out there and going to be able to save it for his team.
Yeah, and the Uber actually does come out. They know they have slight advantage, and with the spawns coming in, they just completely overwhelm them. I don't think Arctic Foxes expected that, and Raptor does fall despite a nice surf, and that's 5 down on the side of Arctic Foxes. What a roll from them. Very smart and intuitive play from Lowpander coming out, and they're looking to roll this forward. This could be the start of a comeback, possibly. 9 minutes left on the clock, and if they secure this round now, they have plenty of time to work with Feeling coming in to try and secure that, but that is going to be 1 round on the side of Lowpander. They're not giving up in any sense of the word.
Yeah, they definitely needed that as well. It was looking pretty dire for them. It's been a whole, 15 minutes to the last map, and then 20 minutes into here, and they hadn't had a round, so they're going to be feeling a bit more refreshed now. They've finally got out of their sort of, out of the slump, as I was saying. Yeah, they've been able to finally push out of that last point and going into this 4th mid. But we do see Salentis actually getting very aggressive on this right-hand side. Not quite able to pick up any damage onto the demo man, but yeah, Feeling and Salentis are bombing this left-hand side, getting a lot of damage onto the scout, but not able to do it. Feeling getting cleaned up, and this is looking very bad for Arctic Foxes. Yeah, Mookie takes down Marosh, and they're just going to have to back it all the way out that point, and Lowpander looking like they've finally found their groove.
Yeah, Arctic Fox's bombs proved to be unsuccessful, and they're hungry, they're feeling this. They got a lot of adrenaline on the side of Lowpander. They just got that round, and that reset is really refreshing for them. They're just moving forward. And what a play from Mookie! Takes down Raptor, and that should be entry for them. And another one out of Mookie, what a play.
Oh my god, Mookie's going crazy, but unfortunately for him, Buns died on the backline still, 1v1 with Tiger, and he's looking for blood. He does actually Mookie down to 1 HP there, unfortunately not quite able to do anything, but god, Mookie just coming up big there, unfortunately wasn't able to do anything. Marosh does take out the counter snipe. He realizes he can out DM Mookie, it's fine, but yeah, and he's going to be seeing what he can try and get on this second point.
And Hill just jumping forward very smartly, knows to lock off that choke so Vanny can successfully enter. 80% Uber advantage for Vanny. And if anything, that Tiger pick helped them enter that second point. So nice play from Tiger, but costs Arctic Foxes in the end. Solentes only just switching to that engineer and feeling up on the heavy, but wow! Marosh, 4th time in a row, takes down Vanny, and that is going to be a clutch if I've ever seen one. 7 minutes left. This is not out of bounds for Lowpander just yet, but Vanny dying. That surely has to be entry for Arctic Foxes, and they're looking in complete control.
Yeah, again, just Vanny getting caught out in these really unfortunate places, and Marosh doing a great job taking down Mookie from sewer, and he's comfortably just sitting alone in this top lobby area, getting very aggressive when he peeks. Doesn't quite spot Uber's up on the little ledge there, and is not quite going to be able to do anything. But we do see Raptor with a hefty, like 60% Uber advantage for Arctic Foxes right now. So if they want to move, now is the time.
Yeah, and it just increases their defensive capabilities, having that Uber. First you got to work with an Uber, and then a Sentry, and then a Heavy. You know, it's really, really hard to work with, but Marosh has actually switched on to Spy. Possibly not expected off of Lowpander, but look at Vanny's positioning. He's looking around, he's playing so far back, but his back is open. Possibly for Marosh's Blade, as he's looking forward. Possibly just checking classes, actually, or has he moved out of spawn? No, I do believe he is just taking classes and come up on Sniper, so now he knows that there is no Sniper on the field, no one to contest him, and he is going to have free reign of all these sightlines.
Yeah, we do actually see Mookie trying to walk in on that right hand side, but just ends up taking 400 damage, and now Uber's tried to back him up and dies as well, but yeah, that was a bit of an unfortunate play from him there. And now Marosh doing the same again, getting very aggressive in this upper lobby area, and is going to get caught out by the exact same soldier position. Unfortunate for him, not going to be able to do anything right now. But yeah, again, like the Lowpander, as soon as they get any sort of play that they can go for, just getting completely shut down. And that Sentry, we've seen it before, it just crushes last pushes, and when you're not able to get the spam without overcommitting your soldiers, it's very difficult. But feeling dying in the close lobby area, it does actually set them back quite a bit, and now the Lowpander players looking to push in this right hand side, both the soldiers jumping in, taking control up top right now, and getting some good damage onto Eames, and the Ubers are going to eventually be traded, but the health on Lowpander, they just wait far too long to pop off that Uber, and the health does go low, but it looks like they want to go for the repush.
Ubers is still in, and they're looking to go off this. Ubers and Mookie make a distraction. Funz tries to play the cap time off that. Decent timing for them, but it's just completely off in the end. The coordination doesn't work, but very fast spawns on the side of Lowpander, and they could possibly repush out that, and Feeling just gets detonated by Stickies, absolutely destroyed there with the respawns coming in for Lowpander. Look at Hildreth, he knows he wants to go forward and plow forward, and they're just going to hightail it out there. Eames could be caught though. They are hungry for him, but he looks like he's just going to get away. But with Lowpander entering a lobby off the back of that Feeling pick and a slight Uber advantage, this could be something to work with.
Yeah, definitely. Lowpander want to use any advantage that they can, taking down that Sentry instantly, and Solentes falling as well. And they do nearly have this Uber, so they're just going to have to use it instantly, which Vanny does very well. And they've just focused down this Heavy, and he's going down to such low HP, and the rest of the Arctic Foxes team just get absolutely annihilated, and that's it. Lowpander have tied it up, and that is 2-2 for both of them.
Mookie jumped in deep on the right side without anyone seeing him and got 4 frags in 4 seconds. That was crazy. He just takes a flash of that Uber and just takes down every single person. The Heavy, the Medic, the Soldier, everyone. What a play from Mookie there, completely opening up that last point for him. And as we say, Lowpander are bringing it back. They're not giving up. 2-2 despite Arctic Fox's dominant play. 3 minutes is a good amount of time for any of these teams to get around, or possibly 2, but Tiger looking to get aggressive on this left-hand side. Solentes following up with that bomb once Ubers is reloading, but He's going to get spammed out, and Mr. Epic is just going to be destroyed. Surely Lowpander have to back out.
Yeah, it was a bit of a funny looking angle. Just Mr. Epic getting launched into the sky, and off of that pick they're going to have to go back, but Feeling completely beefs his bomb. Tries to come in through that choke area and just gets launched right into that little awning thing in the top, and not going to be able to cause any aggression there. And now we do see Lowpander just going to be trying to work off of this sniper that they have, trying to see what kind of peaks and sightlines they can go for, but Marosh is up on the sniper as well, so he's going to have to maybe do something. But actually, Ubers and Fun's getting crushed on this flank side, just pushing both Feeling and the scouts get those 2 picks. But yeah, we're going to see what they can do off of that. Arctic Fox is looking to push in.
Oh, and Mirage taking down Mookie, so 3 down on the side of Lowpander. 3 casualties is not what you want if you're trying to get into this. It'll be interesting to see if Lowpander play for the Golden Cap. However, the Golden Cap does favour Arctic Foxes as they are a map up, so Lowpander definitely do not want it to go to a Golden Cap, and they need a big play. I think the banner is in order, it has to be something, but with Tiger going down, it could make way for them to make a big play in reply. With the Tiger on that fast spawn, it's looking dire for Lowpander.
Yeah, Lowpander do not want to lose in this fashion. It's 2-2 right now, only 2 minutes left on the clock, and they're just holding last for their dear lives. I don't think they want to try and push out above this. Their last holds are what they're known for, just making sure they can slow down the game as much as possible, keep under control, and if they're able to do that, they might be able to take it to Golden Cap. But the way that Marosh has been sniping, if he's able to get a crucial pick in these last few minutes, it could be really good for Arctic Foxes.
Definitely, and Arctic Foxes actually just want to close this. Obviously, they would rather close it in 2 maps, but if it goes to Golden Cap, they actually have a lot more freedom to work with, and if they can get it to Golden Cap, it favours them because they are that round up. That they have that map solidified, and if Lowpander lose this game, they are out. They are down in 3rd place, so they really don't want to lose this, and Lowpander have to make a play. If it goes to Golden Cap, it's all on the line, and they definitely don't want to be in that position. However, Arctic Foxes are no better. They don't want to particularly be in that position either, as Marosh is peeking this right-hand side as the banner is blown.
Yeah, we do see Marosh actually getting very aggressive, not quite able to do anything there, but Ubers does fall, getting a bit aggressive, does force off the Uber though. So Raptor not going to have this Uber for a last push, but Vanny just holding inside beside the sentry gun, going to try and stop any aggression that tries to come onto him. The sentry gun actually does go down, and Arctic Foxes are looking to push off this. They do force off the Uber, but it kind of looks like Eames is getting caught in here. He's all the way into their spawn. But yeah, Arctic Foxes still thinking they can fight this. They realise there's only 20 seconds left on the clock, and they just want to see if they can make anything happen. Silenta's doing a really big bomb in there, and unfortunately the health is looking very bad for Arctic Foxes, but they do have the numbers advantage, so if Raptor's able to keep his players alive, which it seems like he's not able to, this is looking very bad for Arctic Foxes, and Lowpander doing a good job holding that last point and sending it into a Golden Cap.
Yeah, definitely, and Lowpander, although a really good performance coming back, holding their own and getting it back to 2-2 after going 2-0 down, that's got to be hurtful after losing that map in such a dominant fashion. Coming back and really showing the mental fortitude there from Lowpander, really good job from them, but you never really want to be in a Golden Cap, it just puts the pressure on, and if you lose the Golden Cap, Lowpander are out, so as I was previously explaining, it isn't good for them, and if they do lose this Golden Cap, they are down in 3rd place, and you know, they want to make those finals, so definitely a crucial Golden Cap for both these teams, but more so on the side of Lowpander with that map disadvantage.
Yeah, definitely, but I mean, this is really bad for Lowpander as well, because last time they pushed, they played against each other, they won Gully Wash and then lost on Reckoner, and despite the fact that that happened last time, Arctic Foxes won, I think they won Gully Wash this time, and Reckoner was much stronger for them. So if they're not able to keep their composure throughout this Golden Cap in the next map, then Arctic Foxes are looking like they're in a very, very good position. And yeah, I think if Lowpander have been known to sort of change up their strats in Golden Caps as well, so maybe we'll see the Mookie sniper, and maybe they'll change up and go for a double bomb, which they seem to do quite a bit. So there is a bit of variety that they can try and come out now, but I guess we can look at the logs. Do you want to try and take us through?
Yeah, sure. We don't have long. Obviously, these teams want to promptly get into the Golden Cap and take over the logs very promptly. Just getting them up right now.
Yeah, I mean, we do see here actually, is that Mookie I'm seeing with 330 damage? I'm not sure. It does look like he was doing quite a lot of work for his team, and let me just load them up myself so I can be 100% sure.
Tiger with 30 frags. I mean, very, very impressive for a scout to get that much. We did see really good moments from him. Really, definitely some highlights there. Really good sprees, in fact. But just overall, really solid performance. He's stepping up. I think Tiger is a really emotionally driven player, and when he's on the ball, he's hard to stop. Give him an inch, and he'll take a mile. And 30 frags is definitely a mile in that sense. So 300 DPN on a scout. I mean, on such an open map, it's hard to beat that. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, even when your soldier of Mookie is doing 313 DPM and just on that last push you were saying got 4 incredibly quick kills, was it's still a draw. So yeah, both these players seem to be coming up big for their team and really making it work. And I think again, this is going to be the map is quite favourable to scouts, as you were saying, very open and able to shut down any soldier bombs as a scout. I mean. And when you've got such sick DM as Tiger does, then if you're able to hit even one shot, one good shot onto the people that are jumping through the air, they're just completely denied. So it's looking very, very good for them right now.
Yeah, fairly low fragging game, but to score 30 frags in such a slow game, it's pretty unbelievable, to be honest. Just those high octane moments really shining through on Tiger's part, and Mookie's as well. Funds with some clutch moments as well, and Marosh looking really solid as usual. I think feeling, having kind of a hard game, but when your other star players are stepping up, it's kind of natural for the pocket to take a backseat role in the logs. But yeah, Marosh and Tiger looking absolutely strong as ever as we head into this golden cap. It's a very, very high pressured situation. Lowpander have got to be feeling it.
Yeah, they definitely need to try and work up whatever they can, because they're going to have to work off of that slight advantage of momentum that they had towards the end of the game, where they sort of came back from 0-2 to 2-2, despite the fact that Arctic Foxes were in control at the last remaining seconds. I think they really need to try and find something to motivate themselves in getting to this fight. And I think the big thing really is it's the mid. I mean, it's very dominant in play, like in the regular maps, but when it's a golden cap, there's only one mid and you don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah, definitely, and I think Arctic Foxes have to change up their strategy as well. They've been going for double bombs on the left side, and it's starting to get countered. We saw both those mids that Lowpander won, it got countered on. So I think that Mookie just has to continue with that sniper, and he definitely is. And that Marosh is actually opting for the sniper as well, so we have to keep our eyes on these snipers, and Arctic Foxes are going to change it up indefinitely.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to just go straight into this fight right now. Marosh getting a nice cycler onto Funds, not quite able to pick him up, but yeah, we just see both the players here. They're just waiting for the team to get aggressive to see what they can get. And now nothing too much happening, and then as I say that, Raptor is getting taken down by Mookie. That is absolutely crazy play from him there. It does get cleaned up pretty swiftly afterwards, but oh my god, just the destruction there from Arctic Foxes taking down pretty much everyone. And it's just Uber's alive. He does get a very nice amount of damage onto Eames right now, and probably going to be able to pick him up, but no, double pipe. I mean, one pipe coming out from Hildreth there. I mean, what am I talking about? Eames, and then Tiger cleans him up.
Salente's got 3 frags with his bomb. Like, how often do you see that? It really just is a testament to how good this guy is, bombing in and getting 3 frags late into that fight. Just such a good player with incredible DM, really showing his prowess there. And saving grace for Lowpander, they did take down Raptor quickly in that fight, so slight advantage for Raptor. Vanny is hot on his heels in terms of Ubers, so should be able to defend the point. It's not going to be easy for Lowpander, for Arctic Foxes, sorry, but Arctic Foxes are arrow building, so now they have a significant advantage. I'm not sure if Lowpander expect this. They're going to stun them a little bit in this PC, but here we go. Yeah,
they're taking it through this lower PC, and they do not realise that they have this big advantage, but Vanny playing in a good position either way, does actually get out, and then Feeling dies, but Salente is coming big, taking down both the soldiers for Lowpander, and Tiger trying to get very aggressive in this lobby area, but not quite able to do anything off of that. And Arctic Fox is looking to get aggressive before Vanny gets the super. We do see Tiger getting in deep while he can, but yeah, Vanny does eventually get it, and this is not looking good for Arctic Foxes. They have got Salentes in a bit of a hiding spot, and he does nearly take down Hildreth, but not quite able to get anything off of that. And now it's just this second to last sort of push out, which has not been favouring Lowpander so far throughout this fixture, but they have to go for it.
Yeah, they have to. They do not want their backs to the wall, and that's certainly what they're doing. Lots of flashes coming out of them just to push them out of this choke and get that second point capped up. Mr. Epic falling very low, could possibly fall. And it looks like a quick reply is going to be eluded from Arctic Foxes. Nice serve from Raptor, absolutely perfect, shutting down Mookie there, and they're just overwhelming the high ground. What a bomb from Feeling and Salentes coordinating, taking down Mr. Epic, and this is 2 frags that they could work with long spawns, as well as that Uber coming up. This could be it from Arctic Foxes, here we go.
Yeah, we do see them coming in, Eames and Tiger getting very aggressive, trying to see what they can do before this comes out, but the Uber is popped off and Lowpander are just trapped in spawn, and Arctic Foxes playing the point so well, and that's it. Arctic Foxes taking the map, and they're going into the grand finals to phase 7. Lowpander getting upset dramatically there. I mean, crazy good play from Arctic Foxes today, but yeah, I did not expect that.
Yeah, me neither, actually. I mean, Lowpander have just been on form all season, you know, getting that second seed, and just to lose to a team with Mercs, and, you know, it must be kind of disheartening, and definitely not what you expected, but the Wonder Merc, Salentes, absolutely pounding that game, really just, you know, probably one of the best Mercs that you could get, and really showing his true standards there, but definitely a good light. If you see how well you know, Raptor and Salentes coordinate together, it's really good, and Swift is definitely one to watch out for. But Lowpander must be really disheartened after that. I mean, Fun's probably really dejected as well, and to lose in such close fashion, especially when you probably predicted that you were going to make you know, if we think back, they've beaten 7 nearly 2 times. You know, they nearly beat them in the season, and then they nearly beat them in you know, in playoffs as well. So you gotta think, like, we could have won this season, and to lose and go out in 3rd place, it must be so disheartening. And with the state of the team at the moment, it's unsure whether they'll want to sort of talk over it and really, you know, bounce back from it. But yeah, really good play from Arctic Foxes. You cannot take anything away from them, and heading into the grand finals, they got to be feeling really confident. I'm not sure if they'll keep using these Mercs, possibly so, but heading up against 7 is going to be their next big challenge, and good luck to them, and congratulations to Arctic Foxes taking it in 2 maps. However, we did see it a golden cap in the second map, so fairly close, but well done, Arctic Foxes. You are in the final.
One thing I want to point out is Salentes. Everyone got there's people that got 2 frags, there was some people that got 1 frags and some that got none, and then you see Salentes with 7 kills in that golden cap. He just went absolutely massive, and you got to hand it to him. He's just such a great player, and if I was 7 and people were asking, oh, do you want Sil to Merc? I would I'd be quite skeptical about it. I mean, it is Prem and you shouldn't really be denying Mercs, but if someone is as good as Salentes, I would be very weary about it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, it is very good for Arctic Foxes, though. They did deserve to win on the day. I mean, you see people like Tiger on the main roster just coming up absolutely crazy good, and unfortunately for Lowpander, not quite able to bring it out of the bag, and that's them going to be taking 3rd place in the season.
And we do have some interviews actually lined up, quite a few people joining. First off, congratulations to Eames and Raptor, of course, as well as Tiger. How do you feel, guys?
I think Gemm has to unmute them all.
Oh, of course,
it seems like they're all muted right now. Yeah, so.
Just talking to a brick wall right now. I'm sure they'll...
now I feel great, because I can talk.
Wait. Okay, I don't know what you just said there, Raptor, but Dolly, didn't you just ask a question?
Yeah, I just asked how they feel, but I think that speaks for itself, to be honest.
Okay.
I feel great. We just won, you can't complain, you know? Even in 2 maps, like...
Yeah, definitely. I mean, did you go into that expecting to win, or did you feel kind of shaky with the 2 Mercs?
We were kind of worried, especially because we're a team that doesn't scrim at all, and having 2 Mercs like ends our like there's no cohesion already between us because we don't really scrim, and then having 2 Mercs just makes it even worse. But I think it got better over time over the 2 maps we played.
Games just fucking slammed people. I don't know. I played okay.
Yeah, we realized there was like
to begin with.
There were a lot of like stuff where we were like, oh, why didn't you do that? Because we kind of expected it, because we were like used to it from Adam and Ellie, but we had to like get used to calling more like specifically what we want to do, because obviously Eames doesn't know how we want to push out or how we want to hold.
Hildreth, of course, commiserations. I'm sure you expected a lot more of that match, but can you just go into it? What kind of happened, and what were the main perils of your play there?
We were in control with Dolly, and then Maros went sniper, and he just hit every shot. Like, there's not much you can do when their sniper hits everything. And, well, we tried to adjust to it, but he just hit everything. Like, you can't even peek him. That's like kind of even like on last, he's just peeking and just gets a hero pick. And then we're not even set up for their push. Like, we spent the entire season being very hard to push against on last, and then, you know, occasionally the hero picks have happened, but then every shot is just a headshot. I don't know. You can't really counter it. I suppose we can do better job if we go through our demos and stuff, but I don't know. We tried.
I suppose I did see. I kind of spoke about it a little bit. You know, we saw Vanny getting dropped through those pipes. So then you kind of moved him. You put him in spawn, and he still dropped to Marosh. So definitely, you cannot do too much about that.
Who's Marosh?
Marosh. I don't know. It's
Marosh.
It's
Marosh.
Is that your name, Tiger? Like Marosh in real life? Who's he talking about?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. He was definitely on fire, and so looking forward to LAN. I'm pretty sure that's your next step, right? Are you going to change anything up, or just going to keep things as they are? Maybe go over demos.
Well, maybe I should just quit my job and play 50 hours of TF2 a week, or something like that. I don't know. We tried to like take it a bit more seriously with going through demos and trying to correct mistakes and stuff, but honestly, we just get worse. Like, I think people think too much about the game, we get worse. It seems like that's the situation.
Just play a couple pugs, that's all I do.
Just a couple.
You played tons of pugs on the plug.
I mean, before the game, I played 2.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately I was at work, I couldn't, but I would have if I could.
May have been a different story if we were playing tomorrow, because I'd be at work.
So, zeFrosty, do you have any questions?
I guess so. I mean, going for the Arctic Foxes, guys, congratulations! You made it into the grand finals. So, how are you feeling actually going up against Seven? What are the things you're looking out for, and what do you think is going to make it for you?
Let's make it 3 2-0 rolls.
Nah, Tiger's using his British banter, and it's pretty cringe. But we're like, obviously, it's Seven. Like, even though they don't have Stark anymore, and they're probably using Paddy, they're still a strong team, and they have been together for like almost a year now, I think. With like, sure, some roster changes, but it's always the same core, which is the most worrying about the team. With obviously their soldiers, Captain and Draka, really impressive.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're the ones to watch out for. I mean, every time that you see Captain, he just plays seems to be always in the right position, and whenever you think you might have something going for you, he just shits on your dreams. But yeah, I mean, even then, I mean, we've seen people like you, Tiger and Marosh, have just been absolutely nuts this game, and I think if you're playing at the same level you are today against Seven, I mean, anything can happen. I think if Marosh is able to get those crazy headshots on the enemy medics as he was on Gollywash, it seemed like every time you guys, Lowpander, were in a good position on last, just holding, feeling pretty comfortable, he just took down Vanny, and that was it. It was just a bit of a what do you call it? A roller coaster.
That's one of the things. Adjusting to Vanny's play has been a bit difficult for our team. Like, he's done pretty well, but like, there are still things that we're not quite in sync with Vanny. So over the playoff period, it's been trying to get used to him, and it's still really not there.
It was quite lucky that we still had like our 4 core players, because we know how we like to do our picks and shit like that. So whenever we were setting up for Marosh to do something, you know, everyone was in the right position, which would have been even more difficult, for example, if like Feeling wasn't there, because he does a lot of the calling for it. So we definitely like helped him out a bit, but you know, you can't take it away from me. You fucking slammed.
Yeah, Marosh was nuts. He just hit everything. Like, he calls, "Oh, I'm gonna go for this hero shot," and then you just hear medic down like the instant after that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't blame Vanny to die into that.
Yeah, there's only so much we can do to help him, and he definitely took advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even I mean, yeah, you were saying there, you can't really blame Vanny too much. These things, if they happen, they kind of happen. There's not really much you can do about it, and it kind of just seemed like that was what was happening, was him just getting caught out in very, very tragic positions. Where
another day,
as soon as
he misses that shot, we kill him, and we were able to keep our keep our hold going and see out the game. Bug theory.
You're implying that Marosh misses?
Occasionally.
Sometimes.
Very
So, Raptor, like you've been playing with mercs like for most of the playoffs. Do you kind of play differently with your mercs? Obviously, with Eames and Solentes, you probably play different. If Ali is playing, like, did it have that much of an impact on your play, or do you just kind of go with the flow?
I think we just go kind of with the flow. Like we tell them how Adam plays, and then Eames and Ali try to adapt to that play style, like being more in the back line, feeling in the front with Tiger. But it works out. There are obviously some miscommunications or some pushes where it's getting messy because they don't know how we normally push it. But overall, it's going pretty good, even though we had 2 mercs tonight.
Yeah, like our team kind of thrives in the messy play anyway. Because we've got such good DM across the team. No matter like what mercs we get, we'll always have very aim-heavy scouts with me and Marosh, and feeling ammo mod king. So I don't know, it's almost like a surprise factor sometimes, like how different domain play. If we were to scrim with Adam, for example, Adam would be very much more aggressive in certain situations, but then others we wouldn't be. It's hard to read.
Is that your strategy? You just you broke Adam's
Chaos.
PC so that you can have the absolute
have
madness.
chaos.
Yeah, Adam
play
was
to
the
your style.
problem.
Maybe that's why you played so many pugs. Just all the
Especially
different
with Sil.
styles.
Yeah, especially with Sil, because Sil's such a vocal roamer, but also a very, very, very good DMer.
Mhm.
So he does a lot of damage with very little help, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I spent my entire pre-game on TR Airshot waiting for that market guard in the middle. Doesn't come because he oversleeps, doesn't play the game.
Yeah, people meme about me oversleeping, but at least I didn't sleep a important game. Calling
very
out
nearly
DD
did
here.
yesterday. Well, like Tuesday even.
I
Could just
wasn't
be out.
asleep there.
Could just be out having a drink sesh,
That's possible as well.
Possibly.
So I think we'll close it out. zeFrosty, do you want to go down the list and just we'll start with Eames, and do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out to my team who played very well this season. We had an unfortunate loss yesterday, but I think we did well. And shout out to teamfortress for letting me merc and have my Prem debut. It was fun.
You did very good.
Thank you.
Hildreth, any shout-outs?
Yes, I want to shout out Arctic Foxes, good game, and Eames for coming 3rd in high and 2nd in Prem at the least. What else? Obviously our fundraiser is still going on, though I think we need to step our game up a little bit for LAN. But you can check that out on twitch.tv/MUUQ, or there's a TFTV thread about it. And I wanna shout out to a disappointed UGC Kamori. Thanks for watching now.
Okay. Raptor, any shout-outs?
Shout out to Eames for merking, shout out to Solentes for merking, shout out to Shocky, shout out to Psychus, shout out to DD, obviously shout out to my team, shout out to Swift. If you want to check with a fundraiser on teamfortress.tv, it's a sticky thread, so we can come to I61 and beat everyone and come first. We have Banny on the team, that should be the reason to donate. We also have merch, we have hoodies, t-shirt with the Swift logo, they're pretty dope. If you want to check them out and support us in that way and get some sick clothes at the same time. And obviously if you just want to donate items or money, we also have perks for that, like signing or mentoring, or you can have a sauna with us.
Okay. Tiger, any shout-outs?
Shout out to you guys for casting.
Shut up. Yeah. Shout out to Eames and Sil. Great mercs. It was good fun. Shout out to Lowpander for a good game. Shout out to Cherry for the motivation I got pre-game. Yeah, that's about it.
Excellent. Dolly, any shoutouts?
Yeah, shout out to my IRL friends watching the cast. Shout out to zeFrosty for casting with me, and just shout out for everyone for watching and playing the game. Thank you.
Excellent.
Shout out to Adam.
Okay. Shout
Yeah, I
out to
forgot
Adam.
Adam.
Vroom.
Right, I guess my shoutouts go to Gemm for doing the production. He's a monster. He's done pretty much the vast majority of the games this season, so good job to you. I want to shout out Raptor for having the longest shoutout list I've ever heard in my entire life. And then shout out to Hildreth for never failing to come to the interviews to give his opinion, even if it is a bit of a sad loss. So it's always respectful of you.
I just like the sound of my own voice.
Alright, okay, fair enough. Well, everyone has their reasons, I guess. So I guess, Dolly, do you wanna close off the show?
Yeah, thank you for watching Team Fortress TV. This has been our coverage of the semi-finals of ETF2L Season 27. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the grand finals.
Shout out to Uberchain for making my Twitch emotes.